thoughts that this may or may not be a big enough spring. I certainly do not know. Crap. No es bueno. Shit. Not happy at all. Buggered everything up. Oh God, I almost reached out and grabbed that. That would have been a freaking delight. Except now, this is way too cold. And that's on the ground, and that's burnt. Ah, boy. Oh, I hate these tongs. Okay. These bits need to be... Let's see, you can go on a brick now. Alright. Okay, so one thing that I learned, these would need to be up higher to be able to smack with a hammer properly. I still want them to kind of accept it, kind of funnel it in. There we go. Figure out how to get this in quicker, since it seems like it wants to pull away a lot. Do I just need to thin it out more? Do I just need to be faster? I do have some odd lumps and bumps here. I might just draw this out slightly. There we go. Proof of the old adage. If at first you don't succeed, get a bigger hammer. Alright. Now we're cooking with gas, so to speak. Well, quite literally forging with gas. Crack I had has gotten worse though. Need to remember to be a little more gentle with that side. Knocked a piece of scale all the way up onto my hand there. That was less than pleasant, I can tell you for sure. Struck with another problem. Primarily, oh wow, that's way off kilter. How do we get this back in the forge to heat up? It's almost like I need to do this whole thing on one heat and not drop it like, what was it, 3 times on the way to the anvil and then 4 times at the anvil? Good gracious. Survived long enough without dying of heat stroke to die of battery loss like it used to way back in the day. Ah, crappy bastard. Which is kind of nice. I haven't had that happen in so long that I don't even have a battery out to deal with it. But that's a problem I've already solved. I just need to, you know, have my solutions close at hand. Shiko is the name of a fundamental exercise in sumo wrestling. It involves the leg lift and the stomp and a bit of a squat. One of those images that most people who don't even know much about sumo can visualize it. I was trying to learn a little bit more about it. A lot of the videos I've seen were simple demonstrations. Much of what was happening would be self-evident to the target audience, which did not include me. Being somewhat neurotic, I kept hunting for more and more information on how to do it right to make sure there wasn't a nuance that I was missing. I came across a YouTube video by this young man who was demonstrating and explaining it. I believe he was explaining it for somebody who had just taken their first step, as he went into an incredible amount of detail on every single step to a point that was so mind-numbingly boring I would tend to stop paying attention and then miss the next part when he got on to the next step. And then I would assume that I needed to double check it because obviously he wasn't going to go over that one in such excruciating detail for what felt like hours, even though it was only a few minutes. I think the video itself is 12 minutes in total, maybe. Not terribly long by any standard, but being a bit nervous and the neurotic type that I mentioned, I was worried that maybe a lot of my videos were coming across like that. I wonder about the value of showing pretty much everything, even sped up, which in some ways I think takes away from it, but in other ways it just takes forever to get through. I don't really want to put anybody through that. Hey, I kinda don't want to do that myself, but I need to put in the time to build the skill. I still go back and forth over how much I should show, how much of this I should be sharing with everyone, and how much could just be and then I flatten this for a few minutes in a text box or something. I don't know. If you have any ideas, let me know what you think. We'll get back to it. It sure sounds like it completely died there. Well, that's very sad. Since the shaft needs a bit more work, maybe at this rate I might just stop and just grind that down. Yeah, I might grind that, let this cool, grind that down to fit for size before I go into the heat treating on the spring or the tool dies itself. Anyways, I started to say before completely getting sidetracked, gotta love that old ADHD brain, I have made some very sharp corners by pounding that down into the Hardie hole. And boy, that is nowhere near even. I guess it doesn't really need to be even as long as it sits, more or less. And it'll sit better once that's polished up. Anyway, I'm going to put this on a brick, let it normalize as best it can from this temp. And yeah, next time I see you, we'll probably be back at the anvil. I don't think you need to see me hit that with the rotary grinder again. I have plenty of that in my videos. Everybody's probably sick of it. Hey, editing me, find a good place to tell that story about the guy teaching Shiko super duper slow. Okay, we have the quench oil heated up. Forge is not quite up to like a yellow hot temp, which is good because we really just want this part to get about an orangish temp. So this is going to be a lot of close watching. I gave it a little bit of a cleanup, as I mentioned, I was planning on. Not very much, just polished up the dies a little bit to get some of the bigger marks out of them. Put a little bit of a polish on the spring part itself. Bemoaned how awful it looks and how not smooth and round and even it is. You know, about the usual for me. I've already had what is essentially one normalizing cycle. I'm wondering if I should continue to hunt some, especially as annoying as this hotspot is. It's like the far end of the spring is on the upper end of where I want it right now, whereas the rest of it's barely touched at all. So kind of rolling around here, going to work. I'll let part of it cool a little in the forge as the other part gets a little more heat to it. I'm really just trying to make sure that my spring will be springy and will have a fair bit of bounce to it. From what people say, you can do this without any kind of heat treating at all. It's just that if you do heat treat it, it will last a little bit longer. Which really has me wondering if I should harden the dies as well as I go to temper them. But for some reason that scares me more than others. I don't know why. I should probably let this normalize, though I don't have any still air here for that. Part of me thinks I should also tweak it a little bit, though the dies are lined up and that's the main thing I need. I suppose I should explain myself. I am behind the camera now in the middle of the tent here, letting it cool off a little bit. It's the closest I get to still air. And now the explanation's done, I'm gonna cut it until we're coming back out of the heat again. Alright, this one's for real. Once more with feeling, right? Need to give my forge another coating of refractory cement. Though every time it does this, if you can hear it, sure you can, I feel I'd rather just chuck it down a ravine and get a new one. My kingdom for an adjustable burner. Now, I've heard this 01 tool steel is very prone to warping, very prone to cracking, and very prone to quenching unevenly. The temp on my quench is still pretty nice, and this is a thin piece. Wish me luck. Don't mind me sticking that chunk of leaf spring in the forge. That's for the next thing I'm going to be making. The piece that was originally something that was like, oh hey, this will be cool, I should make this. This will be nice and fun, and it'll be a neat thing to have. And part of the reason why I made this. And recently, a few days ago, has turned into I desperately need this made yesterday. Interesting, this popped open again. Huh. Yeah, okay, that was not bad. Don't put your hand under the thing dripping hot oil, you know. But like I say, the fact that that didn't, you know, scald me, burn a hole in my hand, tells me that it's probably about ready to first get the oil scrubbed off, and second, go in the oven. I'll see you there. Here we have the Undo on 5 hundo. And you can see, maybe, a nice load of bricks in there. That's to help it hold the heat, serve as a heat sink. I should have turned the oven light on. Here! The oven light doesn't work. No, yeah, it does. So here we have some bricks. We'll just nestle it there. Whoop! Ah, crap. We will nestle it there, where air can flow around it and through it and all that. And that will get about an hour. From what I was reading, all the research, that should be more than enough. It should probably be about 45 to 55 minutes. But an hour should not hurt, since it will be resting in the oven until it cools off. See you under the cedars, and we'll test it out next time. Yeah, I know. I said I'd be out under the cedars, but it is the next day, after all, and I am very excited to get going and put this tool to the test. So far, I'm pretty pleased with it. It, well, it springs out, you know, bong. As with everything, the proof will be in the pudding. See how it actually works once I start pounding on some metal with it. So far, the connection I use, this bending the mild stock around and using it to grip it in, it could be done better, definitely. But I've not seen anybody do that. So if you don't have any welding technology handy, yeah, it might work. But like I say, the proof is in the pudding, so we'll see that next time. Please leave a like if you like, don't if you didn't, and let me know. How do you think it's gonna work? I'm curious to see myself. It's just gonna shake and fall apart. Time will tell, right? Have a wonderful day.